Hey, welcome to The Feast Life, where we empower you, the modern homeschool mom, to create a life and homeschool you love. I'm Julie Ross, the creator of the award-winning curriculum A Gentle Feast, a homeschool veteran of over 20 years, and a certified Christian life coach. Charlotte Mason said, life should be all living, not a mere tedious passing of time. So on this show, we seek to savor the feast of life. So go get your favorite beverage and pull up a chair. You're welcome at this table. Are you feeling the weight of holiday expectations? Whether it's juggling homeschool, the endless to-do lists, or creating the perfect Christmas, it's easy to feel like you're falling short. But what if the secret to a truly joyful holiday wasn't about doing more, but about receiving more? Hey, this is Julie Ross, and on this week's episode of The Feast Life, I'm going to be playing a clip from my holiday success camp. In this episode, we'll uncover the beauty and freedom of learning to receive, simplifying traditions, and embracing gratitude for a season filled with connection and peace. Let's rewrite your holiday story together. So a lot of what we're going to be talking about today falls more into that life coaching umbrella, but again, we're bringing it home into our schools and our families because this is where we are all the time, right? And how do we find the balance of keeping up with homeschooling and life, and also all the busyness and all the things that the holiday season can bring. And what happened after year, by like the second week in December, I'm completely exhausted and burnt out and tired, and I don't feel the joy and the magic of the holiday season that I want to feel. And I never could figure out why. I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe if I do this thing instead, it'll solve all our problems. Maybe if I buy this new Advent thing next year, it'll solve our problems. Or if I change our schedule, or if we do this thing. But I kept always getting like the same results. And it wasn't until my life got shaken up that I realized what is actually really important for Christmas and being with my family. So this picture is back from 2019. And that October, my husband of almost 20 years left. And I won't go into all the details, but it was pretty traumatic. I was completely shocked. I had no idea all the stuff that was happening. And my kids were very shocked and traumatized as well. And so, as you can imagine, come the holiday season, things are vastly different than what I had ever experienced before. So not only am I trying to heal from the shock and the trauma of everything, but I'm trying to keep my kids going, trying to keep our life going, and create a wonderful time for them as well. So by force, I wasn't able to do all the things. I really just couldn't. And so that Christmas, I decided that we were going to go to my parents. My parents live up in Pennsylvania, and do Christmas up there. So that way they could just do everything, right? They could cook, they could buy and wrap the gifts. I was just going to literally show up on their doorstep with all my kids and just let them love on me and let them take care of me. And there's certain traditions and things that I've always done with my kids. And one of them is the matching Christmas PJs. Does anybody else do that? Put a one in the chat if anyone does the matching PJs. And we started that when my oldest was little. So we've literally been doing this for 20 years. And we get up there, and my oldest is, Mom, where are the Christmas pajamas? And I was like, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. In the midst of everything, I totally forgot to buy Christmas pajamas. I'm so sorry. I guess we just won't be able to do that this year. Unbeknownst to me, my oldest two children went to Walmart on Christmas Eve about at 10 o'clock at night. And they bought the last remaining Christmas pajamas they could find. And so we all have white t-shirts because they couldn't find any Christmas shirts left. So they just got white t-shirts, everybody. And then these pajama pants were all ridiculously big on all of us because the sizes that we wear were no longer available. So they just bought whatever size. That's like a men's extra large they got for me. And so on Christmas Eve, we had our Christmas pajamas. What was so meaningful for me that Christmas, and I'm probably going to get emotional, sorry, was I realized for the first time I didn't have to do it all. That I could just let other people take care of me, that I could allow and receive the wonderful blessings that other people have been wanting to show me for so long. But I always had this mindset of, no, I have to do everything myself and I can take care of it and I can handle everything. And it wasn't until I couldn't handle everything that I finally learned what a magical, wonderful blessing it is when other people pour into you. I was always trying to do it myself. I was trying to be the one making sure we had this wonderful Christmas and we're doing all these things and it's going to be so great. And it was always so much pressure and so much burnout. And I was actually able to just stop and let other people do some of these things. I felt so loved. I felt so cared for. And I realized a very important lesson, and that is I don't have to do it all. So here's our motto for this holiday season: keep it simple, silly. We can make this so overcomplicated that we can be frustrated, we can be burnt out, when what really matters are those simple little things. Another thing that is super important for the mindset as you approach the holidays is learning how to receive. I love this Bible verse where Mary says, I am the Lord's servant. Mary answered, let it be unto me as you have said. And I think at the holiday times, we can be very focused on what is happening all around us. So if I could be happy and enjoy my holidays if my spouse did XYZ, if my children actually listened, if the house was cleaner, if we didn't have to go to this holiday family gathering that I don't want to go to, if all these other things were happening, then I could be content. And I love that Mary here is just saying, what I'm the Lord's servant and I'm going to take what's given to me. And she goes on afterward to have this whole kind of praise to God for her situation. If you look at Mary's situation, right, if it was me, I'd be like, you want me to do what, God? Okay. Like everybody in my town's going to judge me and think about all this stuff because I'm this young woman and I'm not even married. And I don't think I'm really equipped for this. And I don't know if I'd be so happy about this gift that was given to me. I don't know if I could receive that from a place of gratitude and joy. And so part of learning to receive is just being aware and being okay with the situation and not feeling like our happiness and our joy during this holiday time is dependent on everybody else. We can learn to receive graciously. And this is something that I think is so hard for us homeschool moms, especially because we're so used to giving to our children and giving to our families. And those are all such wonderful things. But in order to give from a place of abundance, we also have to learn how to receive for ourselves. And I really struggled with this for a very long time, like I said, until I was forced to let people take care of me. And it felt so awkward and so uncomfortable. And that's the thing about receiving. It is very vulnerable. Our culture devalues the receiver versus the giver, right? It's, oh, they're so kind, they're so generous, look at all the things they're doing for everybody else. But if you receive, if you get something, then like you're needy, or there must be something wrong with you, because if you were okay, you could just do everything by yourself. You wouldn't need help from other people. I used to believe that one as well. When we are giving to other people, it can feel very powerful almost, right? Like we're in the control. We're making sure everything happens the way we want. When we're receiving it, we have to give up some of that control, and that can feel very vulnerable. So if someone is helping us, right, and that's not the way I would do it, or I made my cinnamon rolls from scratch and you're making Pillsbury, rather than just being like, thank you for making cinnamon rolls, right? Or someone runs to the store for you and they bring back the wrong kind of milk and actually wanted this kind, rather than just going, thank you for going to the store and giving me milk. Thank you for showing me love and kindness. And we shut off all the gifts and all the receiving and all the love and kindness that could flow into our lives a lot of the time, because we don't want to give up that control. We don't want that uncomfortable. We don't want to feel needy. We don't know what to say. How many times have people like given you a compliment and you're like, oh, this whole thing, oh, it's no big deal. Or we feel like the pressure, like we have to give them a compliment back. Oh my gosh, you look so great today too. Like, rather than just being like, thank you. I don't know if you've ever given anyone a gift and like they are like over the moon excited about it. It feels good, doesn't it? Last year, that was me. So my 4 daughters, I got them Taylor Swift tickets for Christmas, y'all. And we videoed it, but like their reaction and the screaming and the crying and the hugging and like the joy, I don't think we'll ever top that of them on Christmas morning. It was wild. That was worth 2 days of me sitting on Ticketmaster trying to get tickets to see how happy my children were, not just in that moment, but like actually at the concert too. It was so wonderful for me. I received so much love from that. But I've had times where I've given people gifts and they're like, oh, well, I don't really like this. Do you have the receipt so I can return it? And not that everybody has to like every gift they give, but it doesn't feel that good. Like when you give somebody something, you want them to like it. You want them to feel that joy. It's because you love them. And so I had to realize through all this hardship and allowing people to love me and to take care of me, that when all those years where I was never accepting help from anyone, I was actually being very selfish. I used to think that if I received anything from anyone, that that wasn't a good thing. You only need to be a giver. If you receive, then you're selfish. But I realized by not receiving, I was selfish because I was robbing them the opportunity to feel love and joy from serving me.
Are the holidays bringing you more stress than joy? Well, you're not alone. For many homeschool moms, the holiday season can feel like a never ending list of demands, responsibilities, and difficult relationships to manage. You want to create a magical, joyful time for your family, but instead you end up feeling overwhelmed, drained, and stretched thin. Does this sound familiar? The never ending to do list, from homeschooling to holiday prep. How are you supposed to get it all done? Navigating difficult family dynamics and managing hurtful comments. Keeping your children happy and excited while trying to maintain peace at the same time. Feeling like there's just too much to do and not enough of you to go around. What if you could change all that? Imagining approaching this holiday season with a sense of calm, joy, and confidence, knowing that you can handle anything that comes your way, and creating beautiful memories can happen without stress or overwhelm. Introducing my course, The Peaceful and Joyful Holidays for Homeschool Moms. In this course, you'll discover life-changing tools and strategies that will help you move from stress and overwhelm to peace and confidence. You'll learn how to manage your emotions, strengthen your relationships, and create a joyful, meaningful holiday for your family without losing yourself in the process. If you want to learn more about this course, go to thefeastlife.me/holidays. Again, that's thefeastlife.me/holidays. I hope you can join me in this amazing course. You deserve to enjoy the holidays. You deserve to feel peace and joy with your family, and you deserve to feel confident navigating even the most challenging relationships. Enroll in joyful and peaceful holidays for homeschool moms today, and make this season one you've always dreamed of, one filled with love, connection, and ease.
And that was a huge light bulb moment for me of, oh, can I bring you dinner tonight? Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. Versus, hey, can I bring you dinner tonight? Oh my goodness, I would love that so much. And they come over and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so amazing. Oh my goodness, you brought tacos? How do you know tacos are my favorite? Like seeing them light up and smile because they got the joy of giving to me. Whereas before I was always like, no, I'm fine. I don't need any help. I don't need any help in the kitchen. Thank you. Let me do all of this for all of you for Christmas. And I'm good. Okay. So here's a funny story about that, actually. So one Christmas, I got this glass like mason jar beverage holder, and it had a little spout at the bottom. And so I decided to make Christmas punch. So it was like Sprite and cranberry juice and pineapple juice. And then it had cut up oranges and cinnamon sticks and dried cranberries at the top. It looked gorgeous. So I put it all in there and I shut the lid, and the doorbell rings, and it's my in-laws coming over for Christmas. And I go to open the door and you hear whoosh. So the glass, big, huge glass mason jar thing
exploded. So the only thing I can think of is that when I shut it, the pressure of the glass with the carbonation of the Sprite made it to whatever, and the thing exploded. So shards of glass and red juice went all over my kitchen right when I'm opening the door for the family to come over for Christmas. And I had like white cabinets and all white stuff in my kitchen. So that was a little stressful, right? And I just started, everyone kind of froze in shock for a second. And then I just started laughing. And as I started laughing, and I was like, kids, I want you out because I don't want you to get cut. But hey, in-laws, Merry Christmas. Can you come help me clean this up? And so I went in there and we all were cleaning together. And you know what? We had the best time. We were laughing. We were having great conversation. I could have just been like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. I'm so embarrassed. This is so stressful. You all go do XYZ. I'm going to clean it up. But we would have missed out on a really funny story that we can still tell about this memory and a great time that we had together. When you allow people to give to you, it bonds you all stronger together, which is what we want at Christmas time. And again, that takes allowing some of that control, right? Was my kitchen cleaned up perfectly? Did this get stained? Did that get broke? Whatever. You have to let go of those expectations to allow your heart to be open to receive the love that's going in from other people. I think we can try to get this almost a martyr complex, right? Like, I have to do everything myself, and this is so hard, and no one is helping me, and I'm in the kitchen and I'm working so hard, and I'm buying all these gifts and I'm wrapping them all by myself. And in a way, sometimes that can feel almost a little good, right? Like I have this chip on my shoulder now that I can like pronounce to my family of why everything's so hard. But that's not really the spirit of the season, is it? When we're giving from a place of resentment or from depletion or from exhaustion, the people in our lives feel that, right? And it diminishes the value of what we're giving to them. You can feel that, right? When someone's giving to you because they feel like they have to and they don't really want to, or they don't really like it. Rather, when someone's just giving something to you, not even just a gift, but like giving you their time or giving you help, and they're doing it because they love you and they care for you. That feels so much different, doesn't it? So we want to be able to give that gift to our family. And that means we need to first allow ourselves to receive the good things that are coming. So in order to give, we need to allow ourselves to receive first. There was a time, this was a while ago, I only had 2 kids at the time, where we didn't have enough money to go see my parents for Christmas up in Pennsylvania. And I was really bummed about that. It'd been a really hard year. I really wanted to go see them. And it's a 12-hour drive, so we needed gas money. And then I didn't have any money to buy my parents presents. I'm like, I don't want to show up at the door and be like, I don't have anything, which don't see why I thought that right now. I could totally show up at the door with absolutely nothing. And my parents would be absolutely over the moon thrilled to see me and my children. So why I thought that. But about a week before Christmas, I opened the door and there was a manila envelope. And it was full of Walmart, Target, gas station, grocery store gift cards. So people in our church had heard that we were really struggling financially that year. I, to this day, have no idea, though, who it actually was. I just said people from this church. That was very humbling, right? Talk about being vulnerable, right? I couldn't have planned for it. I couldn't control it. But it was an amazing blessing. Now, that's a really big one, right? But I see little blessings all day long. And sometimes it's in my kid finishing that math problem. Sometimes it's in the stories that we read, in the ideas that we have. Sometimes it's in just cooking together, making cookies. Sometimes it's in watching that movie. And it's every day asking the question, what blessings did I see today? And learning to have that habit of gratitude. The more we can be grateful for the things that we're receiving, the more it changes our view that we can find those things. Here's the amazing thing. We can cultivate that awe and that wonder and that anticipation again, like we are little kids. Now I wake up in the morning and I'm so excited because I don't know what blessing or amazingness is going to happen today, but I trust God and I know I'm going to see it. And so most days I do feel like a little kid on Christmas still. But as you're thinking about the holiday season and the things that you want, if you want to feel that awe and that wonder and that anticipation again, start to allow yourself to receive blessings. You don't know when they're going to come or from who, and you can't control it, and complaining like, nobody helps me and I need this and I need you to do that. And that's not what I'm talking about here. Okay. Because oftentimes if you tell somebody, I need you to do XYZ, you're giving that expectation there, and it doesn't feel so great to get the gift, does it? As when they do it just unbeknownst. And so sometimes you can't control all that, but you need to allow those things to happen. And when they do, receive them. Don't go, oh, never mind, I don't need that. Or, oh, you did that wrong. Just say thank you and smile and acknowledge and have a grateful heart like Mary in that verse there. When you have awe and wonder, you can open yourself up to new possibilities. When we feel like we have to control everything and we have to know the right answer and it's going to be this or that, and we have to plan out all our days during the holiday season, so all these things happen, we don't allow room for those unexpected blessings to happen. Sometimes we're so overscheduled that we can't really experience maybe a detour or maybe a thing we never had planned. And so you need to have that kind of wiggle room in your schedule to allow those things to happen and go, I'm really curious. I wonder how this problem can be solved. If you're having something that is stressing you out and you're thinking about the holidays, maybe it's, I don't know how I'm going to afford XYZ, or should we go visit grandma so-and-so on Christmas Day or grandma so, and you're feeling all this pressure to try to make a decision. Just allow yourself to get curious. Like, maybe there are other options. Is there any other way this could be easy and fun? That's like my favorite question. How can this be easy and fun? And allow yourself to have on wonder. Maybe something unexpected could happen. What are other possibilities? There's always more than two choices. There's always so much that you can find to be thankful for. All right. And then there's a big difference between working from a place of rest and working from a place of stress. So as we approach the holiday seasons, we want to cultivate working from a place of rest. Holidays bring up a lot of stuff. It brings up a lot of expectations. If you have difficult relationships, there's so much triggering that can happen during this season. And so it's really important to work on this mindset and learn to take your thoughts captive and learn to receive and learn to start seeing the miracles and learn to change your perspective.
Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. Let's wrap up with a few key takeaways. Number 1, keep it simple and savor the little things. Overcomplicating the holidays can lead to burnout and frustration. Remember, keep it simple, silly. Focus on 1 to maybe 3 meaningful, manageable traditions. Instead of trying to do everything, choose a few traditions that you and your family will cherish and that you can sustain with joy. Number 2, embrace a mindset of receiving. We are often so focused on giving that we forget how to receive. It is so important to let others help and shower us with blessings, especially during the holiday season. Learning to accept support, whether in the form of a meal, help with holiday preparations, or even a compliment, can foster deep connections and reduce stress. Number 3, cultivate gratitude and awe. Reclaim the holiday magic by nurturing gratitude and wonder. Look for small daily blessings, from a child finishing a math problem to shared moments of laughter. Embracing awe for the season's blessings opens our hearts to unexpected joys and new possibilities. And number 4, practice from working from a place of rest, not stress. Approach this holiday season from a place of rest rather than stress. Allow flexibility to your schedule to welcome spontaneous, joy-making memories. By releasing the need to control every detail, you can create space for meaningful experiences and deeper family connections. Thanks for listening. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, please heart it down below and make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Leave a comment and let me know what you learned in today's episode. I'd love to hear from you.